Bulawije Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form, a student Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm a curator from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Bulitavo refuses to back down from racist comments. PM says no place for racism in Fiji. And Women's Body says Bulitavo is misogynistic.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Days after outgoing SEDELPA President and Dakandrove High Chief Ratanaingama Lalambalavu made racist comments calling Indo-Fijians Vulangi, fellow party member Moses Mbulitavo has dropped another racist bombshell. In a social media post, Mbulitavo says Itauke people have learned how to use weapons from the Vulangi while referring to Indo-Fijians who are descendants of the indentured labourers. Mbulitavo's comments has infuriated many people, including the Prime Minister, and he further says extramarital affairs are common with married Indo-Fijian women in rural areas. Ali Kimbia with the story.
From the frying pan into the fire.
Given if you look into the history of the indentured system and how what they had endured in the trip and also during the colonial rule era, I think this kind of violence and also resorting to those kind of equipments were more common because they were common tools used by them.
Just days after Ratanaingama Lalambalavu labeled Indo-Fijians as Vulangi, Bulitavo has gone further in adding another rem against the term Vulangi.
About the use of stabbing and murder, now more common now, used by Tauke in the 2, 3, past 4 cases now of murder, where Itaukes are involved, that this is a very foreign, very Vulangi kind of behavior.
Bulitavo does not have any evidence or studies to prove his racist statement.
Probably that was part of and parcel of the whole, when we are at the rural level, especially a person brought up in Lambasa, in the cane belt areas, this was something very common.
However, what seems infuriating the most is Bulitavo claiming that Indo-Fijian women in the rural areas are used to extramarital affairs.
Usually, in the rural community, it was more common in the Indo-Fijian community, say in the 80s, in the 90s. But now it's, it's been mirrored by the Itauke community.
Bulitavo also stereotypes Itauke men, stating because they are bigger built, they commonly assault their wife without weapons, while Indo-Fijian men assault their wife with stones and knives. When asked to elaborate more on his comments, Bulitavo was unrepentant and stood by his claims.
Yeah, Vulangi doesn't mean to describe somebody as foreign. It could be anything that is foreign, it's not part of our culture.
However, by early this morning, Bulitavo's racist rant has been taken off his Facebook page, and he says it wasn't meant for everyone.
But my statement that I put up, it was not meant for public. It was just an opinion. After a few discussions with those in the rural community, and they are of the views of what I said, that it's not Itauke of this kind of love breakdown to end up in stabbing or murder.
Bulitavo has also come out as the first SEDELPA party member to defend comments made by Ratanaingama Lalambalavu. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama has strongly criticized statements made by SEDELPA MP Moses Mbulitavo and says as a leader of the nation he won't tolerate it, and neither will the Fijian people. Bainimarama says the comments are an insult to women and that Mbulitavo's derogative comment shows his ignorance by putting forward harmful and dishonest ethnic stereotypes which are racist. Ali Kimbia with the story.
Not mincing his words, Prime Minister Voreqe Bainimarama says Mbulitavo has proven himself small-minded as well.
Mbulitavo's statements are an insult to the women of Fiji on two fronts. He's not only showing his ignorance by putting forward harmful and dishonest ethnic stereotypes, which are racist, but behind his statements lurks a deeply seated and deadly patriarchal mentality. And it's proven once again that he and his party are entirely incapable of seeing the complexity behind serious issues like domestic violence in Fiji and delivering solutions that address the real reasons for these societal ills.
Bainimarama says it's disheartening yet unsurprising that SODELPA's leadership has failed to condemn Bulitavu's comments.
Since putting forward the backwards notion that some Fijians can be considered Vulangis in their own country, SODELPA has proved themselves to be a party that endorses outright racism. They are not a compassionate party. They are not leadership that listens. They are a party that constantly seeks to divide us along ethnic lines, along provincial lines, and now along gender lines as well. It's not lost on anyone that not a single member, including any women members from any opposition party, has hit back against Bulitavu's ignorance as well. On an issue of this importance, their silence is just as damaging as the statements themselves.
The Prime Minister is urging all Fijians to condemn Bulitavu's bigotry and racist remarks. Ali Kimbia, FBC News.
Condemnation of Moses Bulitavu from his peers in Parliament has been swift and scathing. A number of Fiji First MPs have spoken out, some saying Bulitavu's comments are unchristian and cowardly. Edwin Nund reports.
The social media post has shocked Fiji First MPs.
It's an attack on all Fijian men and women. It's really, really shocking. I mean, as a father, as a grandfather, as a husband myself, I think one of the important things to note is that all women should be protected. They should have the right to know that nobody will abuse them. And to make a statement that murder is almost like a cultural thing is totally wrong. Murder is murder. It's immaterial of what ethnicity that you come from.
Assistant Minister for Itoke Affairs Andi Selai Andi Maitonga has labelled SODELPA and MP Moses Bulitavu as cowards who need to practice what they preach.
We are all Fijians, all of us. How dare Bulitavu lie? That Itoke men commonly beat their wives because of their size.
It's really sad to hear from a so-called educated lawyer. I think probably still lives in Stone Age and remote from society, when we're trying our best to give our mothers, our daughters, the respect they deserve.
SODELPA now has some tough decisions to make.
When you're a member of an honorable house, it has to look after all the citizens of this country. So it's very important that that statement be made. Yes, and the party should denounce it, should denounce those sort of statements. If they believe, if they don't denounce it, then probably they would agree to it, who knows?
To have that kind of comment, he should be sacked. He should be taken out from that party. I mean, if he's in my party, I'll be the first one to ask the leader to take him out.
Bulitavu's social media post is likely to draw more commentary in the days to come. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Centre has labelled SODELPA MP Moses Bulitavu's comments as misogynistic, racist and irresponsible. FWCC Coordinator Shamima Ali says it's unacceptable for a leader to speak in such a manner and discriminate fellow Fijians. Catherine Krishna reports.
The Fiji Women's Crisis Centre says MPs should be more aware of what they utter in the public domain.
I would label his comments as misogynistic and racist, both in its worst form. And it comes from a place of ignorance and information, which is not at all becoming of an MP. The Parliament represents the leadership of this country, and it is totally uncalled for and is irresponsible.
Ali says SODELPA also needs to come out and speak on this matter openly.
It's really coming from a place of lack of knowledge, absolute no knowledge and information, and he's just shooting in the air with anything that comes into his mind. And this is, it's not based on any data, any research or anything like that. This is how his warped thinking is. And, it's going to do so much damage to the great work, a lot of work that has been done by NGOs and governments over so many years.
Vijendra Prakash from Sri Sanatan Dharm Pratinidhi Sabha Fiji says people from the rural communities have been calling him throughout their day, saddened by what they have been categorized as
This is not only shocking to all of us, but this is completely unwarranted. It is completely unconstitutional, and it is totally demoralizing those members of the community who have given so much to this country from last 140 years.
Prakash says given the seriousness of the comments, they will be filing an official complaint with the relevant authorities. He says the country should not forget the contributions made by the Girimitis, which added to nation building. Catherine Krishna, FBC News.
Meanwhile, a few hours after the Prime Minister's response, National Federation Party leader Biman Prasad took out a statement condemning Moses Mbulitavu. Prasad says Mbulitavu is racially slurring and demeaning Indo-Fijian women with his insulting comment that accuses rural Indo-Fijian women of committing adultery and therefore being murdered by their husbands. He says this is shameful and the SEDELPA MP has insulted our hard-working women, our mothers, daughters and sisters. Prasad further says Mbulitavu should hang his head in shame and publicly apologize to all women whose morality, character and credibility he has attacked. SEDELPA President Rofilipe Tuisawao has assured an investigation will be carried out on Moses Mbulitavu and his social media post if it is found to be breaking party policy. Tuisawao says he is unaware of the post. He says he will first need to see the full context of Mbulitavu's post. Tuisawao says he will make a comment later, and he adds that the SEDELPA manifesto is clear that the party is inclusive. He says if a statement is racist, the party will not agree with it.
For us, it's very clear that, that the kind of statements which insinuates something racial is not in line with party policy. I'll have a look at it and of course discuss it with the honorable member and see how we handle it from then forward.
Up ahead, Pacific Update ends after fruitful discussions and school joins in fight against drugs. Details after the break.
Bula, go minuni mereka-reki untuk teletak na forong ng Bula FM, namun dua nesek.
Nimbula, ayaw meli, na watitiu may mataniway, ando teletak na warong ng Bula FM.
Ando to kami ono series ng Bula FM, namun dua nesek isu.
Ni sambula binakan lewi biti gonga lo manitau ni lewemba. Ngango musim balen roko-roko untuk teletak na forong ng Bula FM.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
Bula FM, number 2 NSR.
The 2019 Pacific Update came to a close today with more than 90 presentations and 400 delegates participating. The annual event offered an opportunity for academics, policymakers and development partners, as well as government, to deliberate on a number of issues, including trade and development, labour mobility and gender empowerment. Maggie Boyle reports.
It was a range of issues with solid data to back it up, with close to 100 academic papers presented.
For instance, this year we received over 300 abstracts, but we can only manage about 90 to 100 presentations over 3 days. So the conference has become very competitive in terms of the number of excerpts that we receive.
A co-convened event between the University of the South Pacific and the Australian National University, its extended program hailed a success.
Even to fit in only the good ones, we only select the good papers, not all papers, but just to fit in the good ones, we had to extend it to a third day. And I think that's a sign that the update, really is getting recognised as the premier forum for policy, research and discussions in the region.
And other than an opportunity to network, there are also a number of examples that other Pacific Island countries can replicate.
Good examples at the grassroots level. There are some communities, because they're worried about farming going down while the workers go overseas, the community leaders make the workers work in the gardens before they leave.
Curtains fall today in the 2019 Pacific Update, which had deliberations on a plethora of challenges facing the region. This 3-day event offering the opportunity on how collectively, with the examples shared, we can do better. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
Dudley High School has just completed a week-long awareness campaign against drug abuse, social media abuse, HIV, teenage pregnancy and social problems. After missing the International Day Against Drug Abuse because of exams, the school spent this entire week on awareness programs and activities to trigger discussion of these pressing issues. Lena Reese with the story.
The head of Dudley's Social Science Department felt that more than one day should be dedicated to something as important as raising student awareness on the dangers of drugs.
Kids nowadays, most of them don't get enough time at home with their parents. Most of their parents are working parents and they have very less time to spend with their children and raising these issues. So the schools are trying to bridge the gap here. Issues that are not addressed at home, we are trying to do it here in school.
Health Minister Dr. Feremi Wangai-Mbete highlighted to students that these social issues are a distraction that can derail students from achieving their full potential.
And the consequences of those distractions, they not only have consequences on your life, because our body is a very complex body. It has different chemicals, it has different organs, so it can obviously destroy our bodies, it can destroy our mind, and also it can destroy our career. It can also put us in jail.
The week-long discussions were focused around topics that include eliminating violence and child abuse, HIV and AIDS, substance abuse, and mental health. Lena Reese, FBC News.
The Water Authority of Fiji has blown its $5 million budget for carting water in this financial year. Minister responsible, Choni Usumate, says this is an expensive exercise and WAF needs to control it when the new budget comes in. Usumate says some Fijians have other sources of water but keep relying on water carting services at the cost of families genuinely in need, especially during the dry season.
People can harvest rainwater, they should use that, they should harvest rainwater if they have access to, for instance, boreholes. I've heard that there have been instances where people have access to boreholes and they still want to cut water.
New machinery, livestock and agriculture products were some of the main displays which drew crowds during the agriculture show in Valilevu Nasinu. New local products were also on display, which are ready for local and overseas markets. Sainiani Boiler was part of the show and files this report.
The agriculture show was an eye-opener for farmers, especially for the Ngau rural millionaire farmers.
I was so surprised with the new machineries we have here. It can help us, if we buy it, to help us with our Yangona farming back at home.
Also part of the show was Takimai, a local grog company which now supplies Yangona in the form of dissolved powder and capsules for local and overseas markets.
From the general public, something new to them. They want to find out what this new instant cover is all about. It's a bit different. Like everything that's new, people will be afraid to try.
The agriculture show draws hundreds of farmers, students and members of the public. The 3-day show ends tonight. Sainian Mboila, FBC News.
And now it's business with Rachel.
Thanks, Jackie. Good evening, and coming up after the break, data usage skyrockets. And in growing Fiji, Lambasa Police gets fit. Stay with us.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Leading business tonight, data usage in Fiji is higher than it has ever been. According to Vodafone Fiji, there has been 400% increase in the amount of data used by customers. Vodafone says this will only continue to grow as more Fijians turn to mobile phones and smart devices for ease of service.
So what that means is there's exponential growth in terms of customer demand for mobile data. And we see that number about increasing 4 or 5 times in the next 1 year. So what that means is a lot of demand on infrastructure and network services for it to be able to fulfill the demands of the customers.
Sharon joins us now from HFC Bank with the latest from the money markets.
The U.S. financial markets were closed for the Independence Day celebrations today. When the markets open, the focus will be on the U.S. non-farm jobs report to see whether it will help make or break the case for an interest rate cut later in July. World stocks and bonds have rallied since June on hopes that global central banks will keep easing their policy to support growth. This has sent government bond yields to multi-year lows worldwide. And our Aussie and Kiwi counterparts seem to be enjoying a bit of boost off the back of a weakening buck. Australian shares edged up and were set for strong weekly gains. An easier monetary policy and recent strength in commodity prices boosted the largest sectors on the index. New Zealand shares had also hit a fourth consecutive record intraday, with the utility stocks providing the most support. And that's all from HFC Bank for this week. Vinaka.
Thanks, Sharon. On to today's exchange rates as it was set this morning. After a week of mixed returns, the Fiji dollar bounced back on the world foreign exchange markets today, showing gain over 6 of the 7 currencies we cover. Now, the Sanghamoli rose against the Chinese yuan, the US greenback, the Aussie dollar, as well as the PNG kina, the euro, and the Japanese yen, but it slipped slightly against the New Zealand dollar. Onto the commodities prices, it was all on the descent today. Oil prices dropped to $56 per barrel. Gold was down a few cents at $1,418 per ounce, and silver closed down at $15.26 an ounce. And in Growing Fiji tonight, in an effort to ensure a fit and healthy police force, a new gym was opened today in Lambasa for officers in the Northern Division. The BSP Welfare Tundravu Gym aims to help police officers pass their required fitness level tests as well as to maintain a healthy lifestyle. As Eleanor Turangavu reports, the gym is a result of a partnership between the Fiji Police Force, BSP Life and Sports World.
17 officers have so far died within the Fiji Police Force this year, 13 of whom died from non-communicable diseases. This has prompted the Fiji Police Force to partner in a new initiative.
The initiative that is done is for us to have gym in all divisions and encourage our police officers to use that.
The new gym intends to keep officers in check with their health so they can pass the required fitness level test, especially now as it is a prerequisite for promotion.
The provision of the gym for you is to support you to gain the effectiveness and efficiency that is required out of a police officer.
Sports equipment, including this treadmill, some other cardio machines, along with boxing gloves and a punching bag, some netball and rugby balls, worth around $700, were donated to this gym by Sports World.
We want the people to promote and to be aware of NCDs. So now we have seen that a lot of sickness has been coming up. So we are just promoting the better healthy lifestyle.
Located at the Lambasa Police Station, the new gym is currently only open to police officers every day from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eleanor Turangaiwiu, FBC News.
And that's a wrap from the Business Desk for this week. Jamie's up next with sports.
Thanks, Rachel, and good evening. Up ahead in sports, Flying Fijians hit the sand dunes.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi, and Mirchi FM it's hot. हम आचल है नसोरी से मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में मिर्ची FM सब कंसर्न and मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suva. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM.
The Flying Fijians were pushed to their limits in a grueling training session at the Singatoka Sand Dunes early this morning in preparation for their clash with the Maori All Blacks next Saturday in Suva. Thankfully, Felipe Naikaso managed to make it there and back in time to file this report.
No pain, no gain was the motto for the Flying Fijians' tough session this morning,
with coach John McKee pleased with how the players are working together as a team.
Oh, look, you can see the players, a lot of enthusiasm they bring to training here. I mean, that's important, and although it's very hard work here, they really enjoy coming here. And you know, you're watching players and see how they react. It's a little bit tougher here than running on the grass, and they're doing different things. So you see, it develops some mental toughness as well to endure when you feel really tired, that you can actually push yourself to go that little bit extra.
For some players like Sam Matavesi, an opportunity to represent Fiji is something that will be special for the London-based Cornish Pirates hooker. The 27-year-old is also relishing a chance of playing alongside his brother Josh.
But to do it with your brother is extra special, just to create those memories with family. But as a team, everyone's a family and everyone's working hard at the minute, so it's good.
With some players already been at the dunes more than once, today brought back past memories.
For me, the last time was the preparation for Rio in 2016. I think today was a bit hard in the beginning, but going into it, I think it came back. Because I think it was because I think a lot of the Fijian players we are used to training in the dunes or mud run or running, but I think it's already in the heart.
The Singatoka Sand Dunes yet again proved to be a grueling encounter for the Flying Fijian squad as the players were pushed to the limits, tested in strength, endurance and stamina early this morning in Singatoka. Philippe Naikaso, FBC Sports.
All Blacks coach Steve Hansen has revealed that Sevu Reece's past did not form part of the conversation around his selection in New Zealand's Rugby Championship squad. The All Blacks winger is the latest sensation to come through the Crusaders and is convinced Hansen on and off the field. And with the Super Rugby final between the Crusaders and Jaguares tomorrow, Sevu Reece and Braden Eno are still coming to terms with their first ever All Black selection. Both will start in the season finale tomorrow. Winning medals or qualifying for the Olympics are not the only targets for Team Fiji at the Pacific Games in Samoa. They have another issue to address at the 2019 Games, which officially opens on Sunday. Team Fiji's head of delegation, Patrick Bauer, says littering is a huge concern in any major sporting event. He says this is evident at home in Fiji as well. But Team Fiji will take it upon themselves at the Pacific Games to create more awareness on littering. Over 250 athletes have left our shows to compete at the regional meet. At 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, Team Fiji will raise the national flag in a special ceremony at Samoa's Government House.
And we've had support from the University of South Pacific on their angle and from their expertise to assist the process of ensuring that we can have a Games that's free of litter. A big challenge, a big undertaking, but at least they realize it is a challenge.
Fiji Pearls team vice-captain Asilika Sevutia has praised the team's unity.
They have players that have played in 2-3 World Cups, much more experienced team, and some that have called themselves legends of the game. So to be playing against them, we've learned a lot, and we can actually say that we have played our first pool match for World Cup, to be playing against the number 2 in the world.
Fiji is pooled with Jamaica, South Africa and Trinidad and Tobago at the Netball World Cup that begins on the 12th of July in Liverpool, England. Top seed candidate master Manoj Kumar was held off to a draw by provisional candidate master Taione Sikivo. However, he managed to put the title to his name after he attained a higher tiebreak. Both players had ended with 4.5 out of 5. The duo were followed by candidate masters Guru Arvind, Ronald Terubea and Noel Adrikula, all tied at 4 out of 5 to finish 3rd, 4th and 5th respectively. Looking at the women's division, candidate master Gloria Suku won by scoring 3 out of 5. Tournament director Hilda Vuki Komoala has thanked Vodafone Fiji for recognizing chess as a growing sport in Fiji. West Indies produced a defiant display to beat bottom-placed Afghanistan by 23 runs in the Cricket World Cup. Having lost 5 consecutive matches, the Windies were only 1 place above the winless Afghans prior to the match. Defending champion Angelique Kerber has been knocked out of Wimbledon in the second round after a stunning display by world number 95 Lauren Davis. The 31-year-old German could not get off court quickly enough after a 2-6, 6-2, 6-1 defeat by the American. That's it from sports tonight. Madam Angie joins you later with weather, but up ahead in new media, our typewriters making a comeback. Find out after the break.
हमारा नाम उमेश कुमार, हम रहता है लेबू और रेडियो फीजी में हरदम सुनता, बहुत पुराना गाना लगे और बहुत रोचक सुनता, बहुत अच्छा लगे हमको।
उमेश चंद्रा और कांता चंद्रा हमारा वाइफ है। हम लोग रेडियो फीजी 2 बहुत सुंदर से सुनता है, बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम, नंबर 1 रेडियो।
कुमार स्वामी नायक है, गोंगवा लेबू लटोका। रेडियो फीजी 2 में पुराना गाना लगे, हमें बहुत अच्छा लगे। कुमार
It's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Happy Friday. That's how most are feeling right now. We had good spells of sunshine throughout the nation. There's a lot happening this weekend around us and the weather is likely to be in favor. Now, checking out the west, the fine stretch of sunny weather will continue with bits of odd showers passing. Eastwards from Pekhaba to Suva, good sunshine with light showers expected later tonight. Heavy umbrellas ready. And up north, a beautiful day with colder wind spreading over the island. For the tides, low tide at 12:13 a.m. with high tide at 6:27 a.m. Sunrise at 6:38. For tomorrow, it will be a fair day with few sprinkles expected, and if you're heading out to watch Fairbrother Game in the west, then you can expect good spells of sunshine. Tomorrow's temps centers will be quite cool. And looking further on to Sunday, showers are in the picture, but it's likely to change. So, have a great weekend. And that's all from my side, Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, with the Super Rugby final to be played tomorrow, we're asking, who is your bet for the title?
I'm going for Crusaders since one of our Fiji sons is playing for Crusaders, Severis, so I'm going for Crusaders.
Be cheering for Crusaders because many of them are All Blacks player and they have experience and they will win.
Crusaders. Been a Crusaders fan all my life.
Crusaders because it's my number 1 team.
I am cheering for Crusaders because they are my number 1 team.
Crusaders is because he's my team.
I think I'm going to cheer for Crusaders because they got Severis. Severis, sorry, is a good winger, and I think he's going to give a good play.
Recapping the main stories for tonight, Mbuli Thavo refuses to back down from racist comments. PM says no place for racism in Fiji, and Severis making headwaves in New Zealand. Now for these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question this week we're asking, do you agree with Sodelpa that non-Ithauke Fijian citizens are Vulangi or visitors? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day comes from the sand dunes of Singatoka. The Flying Fijians early this morning training at the sand dunes in the build-up towards the test match against the New Zealand Maori. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news, #FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Bye for now.
Navango merea maramani waya manatu sawa aweti kitu tunde nandi ya ndo marata kana varonga na radio Fiji 1.
Yawa asna vatili yawa maga Monica. Tondo varonga vale bunar doma ibiti lambasa.
Bula nadango aprosa ngarse ngor kraki do televe no varonga na radio Fiji 1 na domi